Hello, dear parent of the Gemini child. I hope everyone is well. This is for the month of June 2021. Dear parent, I hope you are all okay, considering the crazy energy we are coming out of here in the month of May. We had Saturn go retrograde, then that big eclipse in Sagittarius opposing Gemini. Then we have Mercury in retrograde in Gemini with Neptune square. There's a lot going on. So give yourself a break. Don't be so hard on yourself right now because this energy is going to go on well into June, well into July. You're going to be feeling it. So anyhow, I hope everyone is well. And a reminder that we do have a solar eclipse coming up here, June 10th, June 11th, depending on where you live in the world. And also just know that I will be releasing more astrology videos in the future. So if you're into that, keep an eye out for them. Okay, let's get started. And please remember that you are all welcome here for different age ranges. So some of you are here for itty bitty ones. Others of you are here for teenagers. That's just all right. Some of you are here for little babies too. So anyhow, let's get started. So Gemini, month of June, what's going on? Let's see. The King of Cups, the Six of Swords. Movement. There's some movement going on here. So this can be movement going on vacation. This is how your child is experiencing June, by the way. Six of Swords is about moving away. Many times it's about moving away from one level of education to another for a child reading, right? For adult reading, we would read this a little differently. But in terms of a child, there is definitely a lot of energy about moving away. Potentially you're vacationing near water because both cards are usually symbolic of water, especially the King of Cups. But the beautiful thing here is that your little Gemini, whatever this experience is that you're doing here in June, whether it's graduating from one grade level to another or traveling, maybe going to summer camp or something that's different, right? Because these two cards together is about moving away from the familiar and going into something different and something better, being elevated to a different level. So whatever that is, it can be a course of study, it can be learning something new, although honestly, I feel it's more about vacation, relaxing, enjoying, playing, and feeling very, very good in that, feeling in his or her little element. Although water is not air, obviously Gemini element, but the Six of Swords is, and the Six of Swords paired with the King of Cups gives it a little bit of an extra oomph. So this tells me that whatever it is that you're doing with Gemini, whatever is different, even if it just means going to your neighborhood poolside or community center or recreation center, whatever that is going to be very healing and very good and mentally stimulating for your little Gemini. So that's something to keep in mind for June. And also some of you will be celebrating birthdays, right? So that's also really nice to see. Okay, but let's talk about a potential conflict or challenge here that potentially your little Gemini is going through. Okay, so this is about fierce independence. So we have the Nine of Pentacles paired with the Daughter of Wands. This is all about feeling like almost like a more grown up than they really are, but really feeling good about what they have accomplished, what they have finished. Because the Nine of Cups talks about enjoying your fruits of your labor, like coming towards the end of something. So yes, some of you have little ones graduating or little ones going in from one level of intellect to another level. And you're going to see this beautiful evolution of movement, right? So this is beautiful, and at the same time, it can produce some conflict because if there is a sense of too much independence, this is where, okay, he or she is feeling like they've accomplished a lot, they feel good, and then they're trying to push beyond their limits here as a Daughter of Wands explores with their own individuality, right? So the conflict here can be potential because we have the Daughter of Wands, which is the beginning of the Wand suits, and then we have the Nine, which is the end of Pentacles. So what this tells me is that there's a little bit of a disproportionate energy of what's actually happening tangibly versus what he or she thinks they can do physically, right? So this is about making sure that your little one is not taking on more than he or she can handle because of this new increased confidence. You know, of course, you want your little one to explore and, you know, do push their limits. But this, in terms of a conflict, because remember, if it was not in a conflict position, we'd be having a different conversation. But because it did come up in the conflict position, it tells me that this is something that needs to be balanced and watching out for a little one who maybe thinks he knows more than what he is capable of or able to handle, so that you can come in and adjust and modify so that it doesn't end up, you know, falling away or whatnot. Okay, so let's look at this position. So tell us how you can help this situation, how you can ease it. Yeah, so we have the Death card and we have the Son of Swords. Okay, so this tells me the Death card is also about rebirth, and it's about recreation and recreating self, or dying to an old identity and creating something new. So this tells me that there is definitely some rebirth, some really real beautiful evolution happening with Gemini here. This could be in the context of knowledge. It can be in the context of what they're learning. Again, it could be about graduating to a different level. And I'm not only talking, when I say graduating to a different level, I don't only mean school levels. This can be the hierarchy of their position as a sibling. It can be a hierarchy in the order of, you know, just sort of that alpha, you know, that alpha order in terms of friendships and whatnot. So it's going to play out differently depending on who you are. But when the death shows up in the position of what your child, what you can do to assist your child is to allow them to go through this rebirth or this new identity, and even support that new identity. And the way you support it is through words and conversations, right? This is again swords. Potentially some of you also have a little one that's become more interested in, you know, if there's this energy that they're holding on to, or this knowledge that they have, potentially giving them a pen and paper to write about it, or giving them an outlet where they can talk about these changes that they're going through. Some of you, this is puberty. When the death card shows up in a child tarot, I often see the potential of puberty here, right? So it can be, there could be this change happening, and all of a sudden your little one has gone through puberty, so they think they're here, but they're really still a child. They're still here, right? And bodily, but they start to think they're here. And again, that's only going to apply for a handful of you, the whole puberty thing. But there needs to be conversation as this is happening, right? And the conversations are going to be different depending if male, female, them, right? Like you're going to have different types of puberty stages that you go through. And there is a need to discuss in a straightforward manner and help them through this transition through words. And the types of words and the types of conversations you have with them is going to depend on the age of your child, right? So what this tells me is that this what is the word I'm trying to find? This proportionate energy that's going on here, or this lack of balance, you have the power to help, because it is about change. There's some significant change. It could be your little one leaving grammar school and going into a higher level, and it's completely changing their identity, including their friendships and the people that used to be in their lives, right? Okay, but at the bottom line is this, dear parent, discussion. Have a conversation with your little one through this change. Give them an outlet, potentially maybe give them a journal, a pen, a paper, a book, something that they can communicate, talk. Maybe they can create videos and talk about what they're feeling, or record what they're feeling, or what have you. It's going to be different for all of you, although Geminis do very well with communicating, so that could be very helpful. Okay, Spirit, let's see what, nope, that's not it. Do I have all these? Okay. So let's see if there's any final advice. Oh, there you go. And we have a double card here. So the Page of Swords here is the Son of Swords. So that is double confirmation that's something that would be very, very good. Actually, no, that's not true. The Son of Swords in this deck is the Knight of Swords. The Page of Swords is the card that comes before the Son of Swords, but it's still the same energy, which is about writing. It's about communication. It's about messaging. It's about creating, again, an outlet for your little Gemini to be able to communicate and talk and discuss or write whatever it is they're going through during this time of lots of change. Okay, dear parent, I hope that was helpful. Enjoy your June, and I will see you back here in July. Bye.